A $400 drone just killed an $8 million tank. Not in a simulation, not in a test, on a real battlefield, in a real war. A weapon that fits in a backpack destroyed the most heavily armored vehicle on Earth.
And it is happening dozens of times every single day. This is not the future of warfare. This is warfare right now. The age of the tank as king of the battlefield may be over, and the weapon that ended it costs less than a used smartphone.
February 2022. Russia invades Ukraine with the largest ground assault in Europe since World War II. A 60-mile-long armored column rolls toward Kyiv. Russia expects the capital to fall within days. It does not. Among the reasons is a volunteer unit called Aerorozvedka that has been experimenting with commercial drones since 2014. In the opening weeks of the invasion, these volunteers take off-the-shelf DJI Mavic quadcopters, the same drones hobbyists use to film vacation footage,
and modify them to drop small anti-tank grenades. The results are crude but devastating. Ukrainian operators hover above stalled Russian vehicles and release grenades directly through open hatches and onto engine decks. These early strikes produce some of the war's first viral combat footage. But they are just the beginning. What comes next will transform warfare permanently.
By late 2022, Ukrainian engineers make a critical leap. They stop dropping munitions from hovering drones and start turning the drones themselves into the weapon. The first-person view drone, originally designed for high-speed racing competitions, becomes a kamikaze.
The concept is simple and terrifying. Take a racing quadcopter with a live camera feed. Attach an explosive warhead, usually a modified RPG-7-shaped charge or anti-tank grenade. A pilot wearing video goggles sees exactly what the drone sees in real time and flies it directly into the target at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. The drone does not return. It does not need to. A basic FPV attack drone costs between $400 and $2,000 to produce. The components are almost entirely commercial. Motors, batteries, flight controllers, and cameras are all available online. A single person can assemble one in under an hour. The warhead is the only military-grade component, and even that is often improvised. Here is the number that is keeping every defense ministry on Earth awake at night. A single FPV drone costs roughly $400. A Russian T-72 tank costs over $1 million. A T-90M costs $4.5 million. An American M1 Abrams costs $8 to $10 million. When a $400 drone destroys a $4.5 million tank, the attacker has achieved an exchange ratio of more than 10,000 to 1. You could lose 10,000 drones and still come out ahead if just one of them kills a single tank. But the drones are not missing 10,000 to 1. Experienced FPV pilots are hitting their targets with devastating consistency. For the T-90M specifically, analysts estimate that roughly 50% of all combat losses were caused by FPV drone strikes. Ukraine was producing an estimated 200,000 FPV drones per month by late 2025. Russia cannot build tanks anywhere close to that rate. The math is extinction level for armored vehicles. Ukrainian drone units have developed sophisticated multi-stage attack patterns. The first drone typically targets the tracks or engine compartment, immobilizing the vehicle so it cannot escape. A second drone strikes the optics or commander's hatch, blinding the crew. A third drone, carrying a larger-shaped charge, dives into the weakened top armor or turret ring where the ammunition is stored. The entire sequence can unfold in minutes. A Ukrainian reconnaissance platoon, called Code 9.2, embedded within the 92nd Brigade, documented destroying 2 Russian tanks in a single night. Using approximately 10 drone missions, the 47th Mechanized Brigade's attack drone company alone destroyed at least 6 T-90M tanks, Russia's most advanced operational tank, using this method. Some tanks are killed in a single strike. Others require multiple hits over hours. But the outcome is almost always the same. The tank dies, the drone operators survive to fly again tomorrow. Both sides have scrambled to adapt.
Russian crews began welding metal cages onto the tops of their tanks, nicknamed cope cages, hoping to detonate drone warheads before they reach the hull. The effectiveness is debatable. Some cages deflect poorly aimed strikes. Most do not stop a well-placed shaped charge.
Electronic warfare systems that jam the radio link between pilot and drone have proven more effective, but are not foolproof. Ukrainian engineers responded to jamming by developing fiber optic drones. Instead of a radio signal, a hair-thin fiber optic cable trails behind the drone, transmitting the video feed through a physical wire that cannot be jammed, intercepted, or disrupted by any electronic warfare system currently deployed. Russia pioneered this technology in late 2024, and Ukraine quickly adopted it. The cat-and-mouse game between drone and defense is accelerating faster than any previous arms race in military history.
On June 1, 2025, Ukraine demonstrated just how far drone warfare had evolved. Operation Spiderweb was the most ambitious drone strike of the entire war. Ukrainian intelligence operatives secretly transported 117 FPV drones into Russian territory, hidden inside modified cargo trucks disguised as ordinary shipping containers.
In the pre-dawn hours, the truck roofs opened and swarms of drones launched simultaneously, targeting 5 Russian air bases. The drones struck 41 aircraft, including Tu-95 and Tu-22 strategic bombers, planes capable of carrying nuclear weapons. Ukrainian officials estimated the damage at $7 billion. 117 drones that cost perhaps a few $100,000 total destroyed billions in irreplaceable strategic assets. The implications extend far beyond Ukraine. Any nation, any group with access to commercial drone components can now threaten the most expensive military hardware on the planet. The United States military watched Ukraine and panicked. Not because America lacks drone technology, but because its procurement system moves at a fraction of the speed that battlefield innovation demands. In some sectors of the Ukraine war, drones account for up to 90% of all vehicle losses. Russian $400 FPV drones have destroyed American-made M1 Abrams tanks that cost $8 to $10 million each. The U.S. Army is now rewriting its entire battle doctrine. The War Secretary issued a directive ordering every Army squad to be equipped with drone systems by the end of 2026. The Army launched its first official combat drone course. The U.S. expects to domestically produce over 10,000 small military drones per month starting in 2026. The Army Chief of Staff told Congress that technology is changing too fast for traditional procurement programs that take years to develop weapons that become obsolete before they are fielded. The fundamental problem for armored vehicles is speed of adaptation. A tank takes years to design, months to build, and costs millions of dollars. Upgrading its armor or systems requires factory retooling and billions in development. A drone can be redesigned in days, assembled in an hour, and costs hundreds of dollars. When Ukraine discovers a new tank vulnerability, drone workshops can modify their designs overnight and have updated weapons at the front within a week. When Russia adds a new defense to its tanks, drone operators simply attack from a different angle. Russia has been so desperate for tanks that it has pulled T-54 and T-55 models out of storage, vehicles designed in the 1950s, because its modern tank classes are unsustainable. The evolutionary cycle of the drone is measured in days. The evolutionary cycle of the tank is measured in decades. That gap is a death sentence. Ukraine created something unprecedented in military history, an entire military branch dedicated to drone warfare, called the Unmanned Systems Forces, the only one of its kind in the world. Ukrainian drone units operate on a point system, where operators earn credits based on the value of targets destroyed. A destroyed tank earns 40 points. A multiple rocket launcher earns up to 50. Operators redeem those points to order more advanced drones through a military marketplace called Brave One. It is gamification of warfare, and it produces results because it incentivizes efficiency and precision. Before the invasion, fewer than 10 companies in Ukraine produced drones. By 2025, over 500 manufacturers existed, from registered defense companies to garage workshops run by volunteers.
Ukraine now produces more military drones per month than every NATO country combined.
The next evolution is already arriving. Autonomous targeting systems, where the drone uses artificial intelligence to identify and strike targets without human input, were demonstrated by Ukrainian startups in 2025. The U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency has funded similar programs. The military logic is simple. A drone that cannot be jammed because it does not need a radio link and does not need a human pilot is nearly impossible to stop.
Beyond autonomy, swarm tactics are emerging. Dozens or hundreds of cheap drones launched simultaneously, sharing targeting data, overwhelming any defense through sheer numbers. A tank crew can shoot down one drone. They cannot shoot down 50 arriving from every direction at once. Electronic warfare can jam radio-controlled drones. It cannot jam a fiber optic cable or an onboard AI.
The defenses have not caught up to the threat, and the threat is accelerating.
For 100 years, the tank was the king of the ground battlefield. From the trenches of World War I to the deserts of Iraq, armored vehicles dominated every major land war. Then a $400 racing drone with a grenade strapped to it changed everything. The numbers tell the story. Ukraine produces 200,000 attack drones per month. Russia cannot build 200 tanks per month. A weapon that costs less than a pair of sneakers is destroying machines that cost more than most houses. Military planners around the world are asking the same question. Is the tank finished? The honest answer is that nobody knows yet. But what Ukraine has proven beyond any doubt is that the most expensive weapon on the battlefield is no longer the most dangerous.
The most dangerous weapon is the cheapest one that works. And right now, that weapon fits in a backpack and costs $400. Like and subscribe to the Time Vault for more untold military history.